welcome to my slow descent into madness. Today we play The Last Stand of Freedom. June 1st, 1942. The world's not looking too hot. Well, if you're not a fascist, that is. Germany has won its wars in Europe, and all that is left standing is the American continent. The United States have absorbed Canada, and together they stand against the tyranny that is the Axis.
Do your worst, you sea devils! I'll make my stand with old Freebie! You can crush me, but you can't crush my spirit!
So first off, allow me to show you the war screen. So we are horribly outnumbered. Fortunately, we are America, and that will not last. Our economy is horribly outclassed by the enemy. But again, we are America, and this will not last. What is truly a problem is the fact that the Germans have landed a massive amount of divisions in Nova Scotia. The Germans have also landed troops in Boston, potential problem. The Italians, may God help them, have landed in Florida. They're gonna regret that. And the Japanese have landed troops in California. Fortunately, most of the continent is free. Unfortunately, there are some bits that are not. And of course, all these little islands, all of them have been seized by the enemy and will be used to stage constant naval invasions. And I might be thinking, the US fleet will handle that. I present to you the US fleet. In all its glory, it consists of 1 aircraft carrier, 3 battleships, 5 heavy cruisers, and an assortment of destroyers. Yeah, fleet's gone, boys. So what will we do to stop the threats? First of all, we're gonna go down here, and we're gonna fire up the Homeland Defense Emergency Act. We're also gonna go from extensive conscription down to limited conscription. It allows me to recruit troops faster. I don't need the manpower straight away. I can get that later. I'm hiring the Army Drill Expert, so I can train divisions even faster. Henry Stimson, the War Industrialist, so that should give our economy a much needed boost. Chief of the Navy, I'm going with William Halsey, Naval Aviation. Yes, I know Nimitz would be fine. I really like using carriers. I know it's not meta. I know it's not optimal. I know there are different things I should be doing, but I won't be doing them because I love my carriers. It speaks to my inner American. So we're grabbing the Close Air Expert. We are grabbing the Tactical Bombing Expert. This should give our CAS a nice boost. And then the Infantry Expert. That's already a lot of political power spent, but wait, there's more. We're going to take our war economy, bring it up to total mobilization. We are then picking Rosie the Riveter. This is just our version of women in the workforce. That offset the loss of manpower. Let's also hit war bonds. All of those combined should really, oh yeah, that gives us a lot of factories to work with. And those factories will be put to work straight away building military factories. But, and this might be controversial, a lot of people might criticize me for my next decision, I'm building forts and naval forts all along my coastline. So I'm going to build level 4 forts on each and every one of my ports. I'll do that off screen because it's just way too much clicking. Focuses. We have the basic focus tree, and I genuinely think the arsenal of democracy must be opened up. We will arm the people with our arsenal of democracy and progress. It's time to let the fascists know that, well, we're not locked in here with them. They're locked in here with us. Production. So we have some military factories. 39 is not a lot. The majority of those can build guns. I'm gonna take this off a little bit. I'll need more total artillery and support equipment. It's not vital, but I would like some carrier naval bombers, obviously. Just a couple. And we're gonna need some trucks. Anyway, we're gonna fill this up, and then we'll go from there. And then we'll work on aircraft as well. We want our skies to be American and not Italian. Speaking of air, the P-36, what does that look like? Nothing much. Let's give that heavy machine guns, more heavy machine guns, the biggest engine I can slap on there. We'll give it the long-range aircraft designer. What I'm mostly going to be aiming for is whatever gives me more production output, what gives me more stuff. All right, that's the basic production queue. Then we have ships. So, of course, I want this additional carrier. So I'm going to drag this all the way down. And then we're going to finish up each and every one of these destroyers. I will need screens. The ships we have are, I want to say decent, but we are horribly outgunned by the Italian and German fleets. Now, you might be wondering, but the Italian fleet may be big, but why the German fleet? Well, the Germans and Italians have stolen the French fleet, they have stolen the Royal Navy from the UK, and they also have the Russian ships. So all in all, we are having quite the party at our doorstep. We're gonna have a bad day. Speaking of a bad day, we'll take our submarines. There we go, Harold, you can be my commander. I'm gonna start convoy raiding a little bit off our coastline, and we'll put the remaining Navy on strike force under Halsey. Air Force. We do have an Air Force, so we're going to select everything that flies, send it on over to New England with the goal to provide support in our reclamation of Boston. Then research, nothing too fancy here. We're gonna need better guns. We're gonna need better infantry equipment. So we have a lot of stuff to do. Most importantly though, I need my industry. I need to churn out factories, equipment, everything if we're gonna win this. And then divisions, the big one. So we'll take one army to hold on to Moncton, and we'll move additional troops in. This is 20 divisions though. Fortunately, supplies are gonna be an issue. If we lose Moncton, yeah, we lose the state of New Brunswick. All right, then I'm gonna move these divisions in as well and bring them in closer. Then around Boston, we do have 19 divisions already. 23, 24 divisions like so. We'll start by setting up something of a cordon around the area, see what the Germans do, and then try to move in for the kill to push them back into the sea. And down here we have the Italians. They can have Florida for all I care. That's 24 divisions for Florida. I'll leave these two on the port just to split their forces and give me a chance to try to link up. Then the remaining 23 divisions here will move to California, with the idea again being contain the Japanese as best we can and move in for the kill. These guys are holding the Panama Canal. I would like to hold on to the Panama Canal, so we'll park them there and mostly forget about them. So our initial goals will be push the fascists from our shore, build up proper defenses for the endless naval invasions that will come. Those defenses will include basic infantry, which is the citizen militia. Don't worry about how this looks. It's just a coding error. It's a 16-width block of pure infantry, of which we will need many. And then we will put as many of this division, so the basic infantry division, out as well to repel the invasions that do land. They have a little bit more bite to them with the support artillery. Then once the industry is up and running, we'll probably change this template in something motorized with artillery, nice 30, 35 width. We will see. Okay, unpause and let's go. This is gonna be not great, but I will suffer through it because I must. Okay, so immediately the Germans are spreading out as expected, and immediate attack on the area there. Okay, so I need everyone to strategically redeploy. Speed is of the essence. I need you boys to hurry it up. Everyone get into position. Mr. Halsey, sir. Immediately moving to engage. So we're left with the USS Ranger, Arkansas, New York, Texas. Yeah, this is not great, is it? No. Hopefully we'll be able to fix that soon, TM. Alright, I don't know if this is because the AI is particularly stupid or if I'm really lucky. They've apparently left Los Angeles somewhat open. I'm gonna... Oh, never mind. Well, it is still somewhat open, so I'm gonna try and move in, force them off the tile. Over here... Yeah, Italians are spreading out, but I think we'll be able to take them. And this position might hold. Forts are being built. And the Navy is sallying out. And the Navy is immediately throwing destroyers away. Nice. I don't know why, but it would have seemed like the Germans have left, which means Patton's going straight in there. And we've secured the area around Moncton as well. We should be able to get that secured. Pin him there. Move in there. And you pin there, move in there. We'll try to move on San Francisco next. And that is Los Angeles secured. With that, we just have to deal with the area around San Francisco. Oh, the Germans just left. I think it has to do with the way supply works. So the Germans wake up, start spreading out, realize there's no supply for the 20 divisions, and then decide to leave, which is fine by me. Let's get a counterattack going here. Immediately start pressing the Italians as hard as we can. I'm gonna need to shift my air. That's not a lot of airplanes I have here. Well, at least Boston is secured. That means I can take Patton and he can command. I'll take the citizen militia off. MacArthur can command forces that attack, and Eisenhower will command forces that defend, for no other reason than MacArthur being a belligerent bastard. And these citizen militia forces can now be redeployed just to guard the port. The port guard order is horrible. Using this system is pretty bad. It will constantly move units around. So I'm just going to use this to get the divisions to their respective locations. And any additional fresh forces that come in will simply spam out to reinforce. Well, I need a lot of guns. Like, I need 70,000 guns to get rid of our deficit, including all this training, so it's gonna take a while. Put the Navy back into port for now. It's not gonna perform well anyway for the time being. Okay, so the Japanese seem to be leaving. I mean, I'm not gonna stop them, am I? Yeah, if they want to take all these divisions out of the port, I'm gonna let them. All right, remember, get fortifications up in every port we retake. It will be quite unfortunate if they now just land more troops in Boston and I'm not able to defend it. Not really able to press the Italians here, which is unfortunate. My units are not that good. Even my basic infantry, it's under-equipped. The design's not fantastic. I'm going to take all the citizen militia out. They're obviously not suited for offensive purposes. Supply here is an issue because of how the supply hubs are laid out and how many divisions I have. I can't naval invade behind them either, so I'm kind of stuck here. Let's see if I can bring a couple of divisions in a concentrated manner. No matter what we try, it's going to be a pain in the ass, I think. And then once the Japanese threat here has receded, I'll bring all of my air forces up over the Gulf of Mexico, and hopefully, we can get some work done there. I need the Italians out. They seem to be leaving, so if I can keep an eye on this, maybe at some point they'll leave enough units. All right, so they've just got one division left behind. I can probably take him. I'm going to move some cash in. Yeah, if I can retake Halifax, that would mean Nova Scotia's in my hands as well. That's a great boon. The Japanese are dealt with. I have naval invasions incoming on New England and the Gulf Coast, but I am deploying additional forces. So we've got 41 divisions just for the East Coast. More will be nice, but this should be sufficient for now. Oof, we need to repair a lot of these ships. So we'll maintain this position here. I unfortunately unpaused and allowed them to try strategic redeployment, so their org is all gone. That's on me. But all the other units I'm trying to fall back with the plan of getting the Italians to spread out further north so they don't have like 7 divisions on a tile, and then strike back, create encirclements, and push further down into Florida. So we'll use these militia as well to guard the West Coast. So we've got a West Coast army and an East Coast army. I did say I was an aircraft carrier enjoyer. I know this isn't optimal. I know. I fully realize that. But I just want to play big carrier games. I love these. I'm just going to start building another Wasp. More deck space, bigger engine, new naval designer on it. There you go. I know it's not optimal. Please don't yell at me in the comments over it. It's okay. It's a game. I'm trying to have a little fun here. I need to find a way to get more naval experience as well, because I need to design more ships. More. Over here, Mark Clark's units can be folded back, and we'll park them around Sacramento as a quick reaction force for the West Coast. All right, Germans are leaving. Counterattack, follow in behind. See if I can seize Halifax. All right, I think the Italians have spread out enough. Let's bring the big hammer down on them. MacArthur's angry. People of Miami, Florida, I shall return. There, we're making our way through these German divisions. As long as they don't have a lot of org and I can keep punishing them, I can maybe retake Halifax. Oh, the troops keep showing up, so this might not go quite... No, that is not going to work out. We're going to fall back to Moncton. Well, at least things in Florida are going better. I was going to say better, and then they funneled in more tanks. Just going to build a couple of basic destroyers. They're not great, but currently I don't have the XP to make any sweeping changes. Another carrier. I know carriers are suboptimal. I don't care. Let's move from free trade to export focus. That should alleviate any resource issues I would have throughout the game. Yep, pretty much. And the fortifications are going up quickly. That's good. That's good. That means I can probably defend that coastline reasonably well. They're putting up too much of a fight. I don't like that. All right, naval invasion. So this is going to be my experience for the rest of the game, essentially. Naval invasion after naval invasion being thrown at me, and me desperately trying to scramble and keep things intact. There is no other way to describe this, as this is going to absolutely suck. It's not fun, it's not enjoyable. So I'll cut most of the footage down, unless there's something particularly exciting about it. And then you get this, like they land troops, I have to then deal with it. I said at the start, using garrison orders like this is the dumbest thing you can do. While this is active, the AI will try to repel all invaders. Now, I might be thinking, that's a good idea. I have to push them back. Yes. And while they're doing that, they leave naval base is entirely undefended. And as a result, the enemy can now walk in and take whatever you were trying to defend. So I'm going to turn that off. And I'm going to manually park each individual division on the port that I want them to be on. Is this a lot of work? Yes. Do I want to do this? Lord, no. But it is the only way I can make sure that the AI doesn't completely screw up my defense. Yeah, I'm not able to break through here. I don't know how the Italians do it. They've got no org, but my units have no staying power whatsoever. They've beaten me in the skies because they have the airports in the region. My fighters are also quite shit. I'm going to lose this port, which means things are going to get a lot more interesting. I'm simply going to delete the divisions. It's fine. I'll recover the equipment, so be it. Unfortunately, there's now a level 4 fort on that tile, which is annoying. And yes, before people comment, I know that it is more efficient to cover not just the port, but also the tiles next to the port. The problem I have right now is that I have a bit of a lack of units, so I'm trying to work on a budget here. Oh, great. Am I losing this tile? Why and how am I losing this tile? How? Oh, Cass. That'll do it. Right, last stand. I have to quickly clean up the German pocket here before it becomes a problem. Alright, we have our first focus, the Arsenal of Democracy. Gonna hit the wartime industry. That will allow me to get General Motors, more factory output, and I think after that, research slots. And then we shall see. We're gonna get rid of the Bureau of Ordnance because it's that terrible. I'm gonna get a Spirit of the Army Relief of Command, gets more experience, as well as Schmockenfire. That should be it for now. I'm also gonna cut down on our destroyer. So this is the destroyer we're making. It's not terrible, but I like to design two types of destroyer. So what I use as a screening destroyer is something like this. You can have a cheap gun and no fire control, just some torpedoes, good engines. It's relatively cheap, I can make a lot of them, and they serve their purpose as screening vessels. And then I make a secondary version of these, which basically just has a gun, sonar, and a whole bunch of depth charges, plus a good engine. And this thing specifically hunts submarines. And then we can make light cruisers as well, but this is the kind of destroyer I use moving forward. Unfortunately, there's now also Germans here. They've brought tanks in. They still have air superiority. I'm not able to push south, and I think I may have misunderestimated my enemy. And this may end up biting me in the ass. I'm not able to dislodge them here. They keep funneling more troops in because apparently they have the supply to do it. Don't know what to do. I'll be honest, I legitimately don't know what to do. Try convoy raiding in the area, get my navy out there as well. I'm training additional forces. The units I have are not good enough, and I don't have the industry yet to make better units. Better units means more soft attack, more firepower, preferably armor. Can't afford armor. I don't have the industry or the research for it. It's 1942. We don't know what a tank is. So I will have to use motorized shock divisions. Unfortunately, I don't have enough artillery, don't have enough support equipment, don't have enough trucks, and Lord knows I don't have enough army experience either. I am stuck here. Again, if I sound angry or... Oh, God, no! I know I sound a bit annoying. I find this to be a rather unenjoyable scenario, if I'm honest. So, America is so hamstrung just to allow the terrible AI to do something. It ends up being a scenario that is just unenjoyable to play. Oh, that's a nice naval battle. It's only going to work after you put in so much time that you're tired of this. But it's a challenging scenario. It's not challenging. It's really not challenging. It's just an exercise in tedium. Now, that sounds harsh, and whoever designed this probably worked hard on this. I don't want to shit on their creation. I really don't. But this mod is an exercise in tedium. I'm not enjoying myself, is what I'm saying. A lot of people may not know this, but the AI actually does not have a planning timer for naval invasions. So it's just one after another getting thrown at you again and again and again and again until one of them works. It's not great. I'll be honest, it's not great. Again, another naval invasion here, this naval invasion there, this naval invasion here, this is still here, of course. Then there's naval invasion up here. It doesn't stop. The AI does not stop. I know I'm ranting. I know. I realize that. I know the editor's going to cut out a bunch of this. But if you ever want to play this yourself, save yourself the trouble. It's not worth it. I'm doing this for content. I'm doing this because half of you guys probably want to see me suffer and the other half might genuinely be interested in this. So I'm going to soldier on through just because I make a living playing this game. All right, we got the wartime industry. We're gonna need some research slots. I guess we'll see how long I can last. The deficit is shrinking very slowly. Industry is starting to ramp up a little. Once I can get green skies, that should help propel those naval invasions a lot easier as well. So fighters will design some castle. Need some sort of win. That would be nice. Well, the land war might be incredibly frustrating, but at least the Navy's doing something. That's a good trade. 2 destroyers for significantly more enemy ships. So yeah. Most of the smaller naval invasions are getting cleaned up. It's just around Nova Scotia and Florida I can't do anything. It just feels like they can funnel so much more in than you as the player can even commit to the defense. Yeah, for all its many faults, quality is not an issue of the remaining US Navy. Holy what the hell? Did we just kill them off piecemeal? Because that is an aircraft carrier, bunch of subs, bunch of light cruisers, like almost 50 destroyers, and it didn't cost me anything. So how is my Navy looking? Damn! USS Ranger taking names. I am utterly unable to do anything about the Italian incursion. I cannot get Florida back. I cannot get this area back. Now I'm going to try and deploy additional forces. Fortunately, the industry is picking up, so we're almost out of most of our deficits, and then it is party time. There's also another research slot for us. We need better artillery. We're going to need mechanized. We're going to need engineers. We're going to need everything. Oh, this is bad news. We lost the carrier. A brand spanking new carrier that just came off the production line, and we immediately lost it because it was trying to reinforce a fleet out at sea. Oh no. I'll need to build a new one. Oh, that's so bad. That's so expensive as well. I don't like that at all. Crap. That was not cash money. But all the forts are built. We're now fully devoting ourselves to military factories. I'm also going to build up some radar stations, but mostly mills, and additionally some dockyards, I think, since we will need to build a mighty navy if we are to take the fight to the enemy. Speaking of the enemy, just look at the numbers. Just look at these numbers everywhere. It's just frustrating and tedious. But we shall soldier on. I've designed a new template, motorized. We will add on to this as we go, so we'll add support anti-air, support artillery, motorized recon, trying to make this a nice little shot unit. But we need more artillery, we need more trucks, we need more everything first. But when these boys are ready, this is what's going to sweep the fascists off our coast. Unfortunately, the American industry is not quite awake yet. Give it a little time, we'll get there. Whenever I make contact with an enemy fleet, we tend to win out quite handily. But they just have so many ships. So relatively high naval intel because of all of our naval battles. Yeah, they got like 260 ships. That's a problem. 12 battleships. Yeah, big navy. And Germany, even bigger navy. And they're going to keep adding to this as well. They're also actively building. So that's like 16 battleships, 6 or 7 carriers. The numbers are just insane. Biggest problem is that it will make it very difficult for us to go on the offensive, because to go on the offensive, well, I'm gonna have to get across the water. There's a lot of German and Italian ships in the water, not to mention the Japanese. Oh, speaking of the Japanese, I found them. All right, so we have a couple of bits of good news. Meanwhile, it's been almost it's been a little over a year. We have a couple of our patrol vessels out, and they are decimating the enemy submarine fleets. That will definitely help because I'm running low on convoys. I am making more. Well, I will be once the repairs here stop. I've also gone ahead and managed to get 7. We'll get more later, but for now, 7 of these divisions, 30 with trucks, heavy on the artillery, good support companies with some AA. We're also contesting the air. We're actually winning the air war now on our own coastline. So we should be able to really throw a wrench into things when it comes to, you know, the enemy bombing me out of my own home. We're now going to throw these at the Italians. Hopefully, this will allow us to punch a hole clean through. Yeah, these trucks can now pierce the enemy shitty tanks, and we're gonna try to retake Florida this way. Yeah, and the Navy is just decimating these submarine fleets. That's cool. This northern bit, we're also contesting the air here, so our fighters are far superior to whatever the Germans are putting out now. Our industry has definitely picked up 130 mils, or almost 130. More to come. The beast has awakened. The giant stirs. And again, I'm not locked in here with them. They're locked in here with me. First, let's see us perform in Florida. Come on. A couple of pinning attacks on the flanks. Should be able to make this happen. Just punch through and then get the motorized to create some encirclements. We should be able to get this settled relatively quickly. And bada bing, bada boom, we're through. Like that. Now spread out, create encirclements, get the Italians on the back foot. Yeah, that'll do it. These divisions have run out of fuel. Supply here is an issue. So no matter where you go in the area, for some reason I instantly run out of supply. Right, so the operation in Florida was a massive failure. In no small part due to the fact that there were 34 divisions on this port alone. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I constantly have to pan around, see if I have any naval invasions I forgot about. It's not a great experience. And eventually we'll simply overpower them through our sheer economic output. Yeah, just look at what they're stacking on these ports. Oh, it's disgusting. Still, we appear to be blowing a hole through them, so if we can catch them with... well, if we can catch them without a 30 stack on a tile, we can actually move through it. And then from there, see if we can create encirclements, and that will allow us to maneuver. Plus, green air, bit of enemy bombing, disrupting a lot of their bombing. Just keep going, just gotta keep going. Just look at the submarines we're sinking, though. That's just like 4 destroyers. 4 destroyers, and all they're doing is killing subs. Mexico wants to join. I don't know if that's a good thing, though. I'd like a friend... Though this friend is going to need a lot of help, so I'll need to guard Mexico's ports as well. I'll take their help. I'll simply train up like, make it like 72 divisions just to guard Mexico. Again, Mexico's going to need my help to stay alive, so be it. You know, having a friend is nice. Now, that also means we're going to have to deal with this down there, so there is a little Italian pocket in Belize. Let's deal with that before things get out of hand. It's such a satisfying thing to watch, even if there's not a lot of damage going on. Oh, just look at it. Our fleet definitely came out on top once more. Oh, now that I'm leveraging my cast in the area, I might actually be able to push them off this port, and if I can get them off the port, I could potentially get supply in the region and then push further south. Oh yeah, that's the Italian Navy taking a hit. Ah, it's the Paris. That's a French ship. I'll be able to supply these units now. I'll be able to just overwhelm the rest of Florida. With Florida secured, I can then just focus all my efforts on building a strong force to take islands back, take the fights to the Italian holdings in Guyana. Also take Bermuda, put a big-ass radar dish there, allow me to sink a lot of stuff, and then we go island hopping. Are you guys seeing this? 44 divisions on a single tile. Oh, that's just absurd. But we're actually pushing through now. With Cass in tow for fast, we might actually be able to create some encirclements. Yeah, like that, and then apply pressure to just kill them off. And the other units go south, and we'll round up the enemy troops in Miami. Yeah, the Germans are going to regret funneling those divisions in here. They're all going to die. We're going to take all of them out. Now to take Miami, and we can have a wonderful party here. Last Italian division gone. Ah, we've retaken our home. All of it. Well, almost all of it. Let's get these Germans out of the way. Then we'll move Patton up north, and we'll repeat the same trick here in Nova Scotia. Oh, what's this? Brazil wants to join the Washington Accords. I'll accept it. I don't want to shit on Brazil. Brazil's not going to be able to stand up against this kind of enemy threat. That may require some help from me here. I might be able to assist, even if it's with just a little bit or a lot of Lend-Lease. Speaking of Lend-Lease, let's give Mexico some guns. Alright, it's time we got rid of the German threat here as well. We'll just throw everything at them. Now that the motorized are in play, much better. We're winning the air war as well, so I'm pretty certain we'll do well. The annoying thing is now that whenever I get a naval invasion alert, it's not just for me, it's very often for my allies as well. making this whole thing even more annoying than it already is. Alright, that is Halifax reclaimed. We control the state. Brilliant. I'm gonna work on these Amtrak battalions. Since I will be doing a ton of naval invasions, I think we're gonna do it well. We're gonna use the mechanized marines. Considering how many divisions I see like stacked on these islands already, I know I'm gonna need them. Alright, sweet. The good old US of A has all of its stuff back. We're gonna build up marines, mechanized marines mostly, a strong air force to bomb the hell out of the enemy off my coastline. The Navy is gonna require a little bit more work. It's decent so far, it's pretty decent. I'm quite pleased that I left defenses in place along with significant coastal fortifications on Panama. That's a 15 division naval invasion hitting us here. Thankfully, we should be able to hold on. Probably not a terrible idea to put up a little bit of air support. Well, at this rate, I hope to actually achieve naval superiority soon. So that's a lot of battleships down, bombing the hell out of everything. We can start making some Amtraks as well. Hopefully these will actually do something. Actually, I've never used them before. But, you know, if there's one country who can just make random equipment and not suffer the consequences, it's the US. Marines are almost done, and then we'll go island hopping. Yeah, Brazil's now in the Allies. This could be a problem, mostly for Brazil, since, yeah, they don't really have the numbers to carry their own weight here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to send some troops over there to defend them. I'll use this army. Hopefully they'll arrive intact, and I'll get some air up as well in assistance. They're gonna need assistance. First, naval operation, naval landing ongoing. We're gonna take Bermuda, stack that place full of fortifications and a bigger radar. Yeah, that should allow us to really sweep the Atlantic, and then we go north to Newfoundland, Greenland. We'll have a great day. There's Italians here, but they can't stop me. No, just blown out of the water by our superior United States Marines. Excellent work, boys. These men will be my glorious members. So for this campaign, I'm naming our special forces, our elite after channel members, as well as the motorized division. These men are the lifeblood of the channel. These men and women support me in doing what I do, and in exchange I add their names to the ranks, the names to the roster of our glorious heroes. So if you want to see yourself represented in-game as a conquering hero, why not sign up for a channel membership? It's down below if you're interested. If not, that's also cool. I am not your dad, so you do whatever you want to do, baby. We also have protecting to do, so let's see if we can keep the Brazilians alive for a little bit. Yeah, so quite fortunate that I had the foresight to deploy troops to defend Brazil, because they're getting naval invaded already, but they'll be a nice distraction as I start my inexorable march towards the Axis territory. So we've taken Newfoundland, we've taken Bermuda. Next step, Greenland. You know, I almost feel bad for the Italians. They're down to less than 70 ships. Yeah, they now have a fleet smaller than mine. I'm at 83 in the battle fleet. We've taken Greenland as well, but I'm building this up first with a bit of infrastructure, increasing the port and getting an airfield up there. See if I can get air cover over Iceland, because this is a mountain tile where their port is. It's relatively close to the rest of Europe, and they might reinforce the hell out of it, making it incredibly difficult for me to, you know, take. See if we can get some Caribbean islands back. Shouldn't be too difficult. Like I said, I have naval dominance now. I'll do whatever the hell I want. I am the one who knocks. And there go 2 German tank divisions. Yes, no more panzers for you. So they got like 14 divisions on this tile. Fortunately, the stats on these guys are really good. As a result, they're able to chew through the enemy. And I have a lot of them, so I'm cycling through them so that I can throw a lot of firepower at one tile. Yeah, most of the relevant islands here in my hands. Naval superiority is almost achieved. It's just a matter of chewing through the last bit of speed bumps, and then we go for a trip to Europe. Come on, Jason. Hold on. Ah, yes, we have secured the area. The last few Italian battleships here. That is the southern Bahamas secured as well. Yeah, I'm starting to think these naval battles are hilariously unfair. Carrier groups are not efficient. I know, but they're getting the job done. Anyway, we're making our way through the Windward and Leeward Isles. That should bring us on the doorstep of these Italian holdings there. As soon as the fleet's repaired, we'll make a dash for Iceland. A casualty so far, 288,000 on our end, which is not really that much, and I've killed 6 million Axis. I think most of that is naval battles and just killing off naval invasions that have failed. It's honestly hilarious. Once you survive the initial scenario and you don't go insane, it does feel like you can get a lot of fun stuff done here. Alas, July 1945, there goes Roosevelt. In comes Truman, and the gloves come off. So working on the Manhattan Project, Truman is going to show the fascists who's in charge here. Yeah, I think we're mostly done with cleaning out the local navies. Jesus Christ. So the Italians are down to less than 50 ships. The Germans are down to 23 ships. My glorious navy has done what it needs to do. These are true heroes of this campaign. Halsey has absolutely done it here. Oh, magnificent. It's allowed me to retake my own backyard, and we're getting ready for the final approach. Things are slowed down a little because taking these islands is difficult. It is exceedingly difficult considering, they stack like, in this case, 33 divisions on a tile. Oh, Chile has declared war on Japan. Welcome aboard, sir. Welcome aboard. We can all be friends. Let's reaffirm the Monroe Doctrine. All right, so this has failed horribly. That's fine, though. I can keep them there, keep them bottled up, and we'll bomb them to hell and back again. Now, let's actually get these guys ready on convoy escort, naval invasion escort, and we're going to see if we can fight them where it matters. Let's go and take Iceland back. All right, Iceland was completely undefended. That is the first stepping stone to Europe. A little bit of an island hopping campaign. Again, build out the infrastructure here, make this my base of operations. We got factories to burn, nothing else to use them on. We're getting closer, So with Chile in the war as well, the Allies are bigger than ever, I suppose. Yeah, Germany is going to have troops on virtually every island, so the Marines are going to have their work cut out for them. But congratulations, at least we have Faroe, and from Faroe on to the next position, I suppose. It is a bit of a pain in the ass. It's a European island hopping campaign. Who doesn't love island hopping campaigns? I don't. Alright, here goes nothing. I'm gonna try to hit the UK. 24 Marines all in around the hull. I have 24 mechanized standing by in Iceland to come in. I've got a little bit of air up. It's not as much as I'd like, but, well, there are just so many German planes out here. But if we are at some point able to take a port, I'm going to unleash them on the UK as well. I was going to say we have them by the balls. Fortunately, Chile is not that relevant. Now, let's look at what matters. On the bright side, the Marines have landed entirely successfully, and they will attack aggressively. I will bring up Patton with an army of mechanized infantry. Let's bring the airplanes over there. Secure air superiority. Let's take out the UK before the Germans can properly reinforce it. So, Germans are showing up in numbers. I've got a good foothold. I'm trading very favorably in the air as well, so I think we'll be able to eke out a win if we play our cards right. The mechanized should be able to sweep all opposition aside, or so I had assumed. Well, there are suddenly a lot of Germans here. Sky's not that favorable anymore. They got literally thousands of planes up. Oh my god, where they all come from. And of course, I'm getting cast into oblivion. They have 2,000 casts up, 10,000 fighters. Oh, this is not possible. It doesn't matter how well you prepare. These numbers are... What the hell? Oh god, no! This entire thing is just falling apart. Oh my god, they're pushing everywhere. I can't win. It's not possible to survive this level of cast damage. Even if I dig in, there's nothing I can do here. I had them. I really thought I had them. Yeah, their Air Force showed up and everything just... Wow. I've lost a bunch of Marines already. I'm gonna lose more, so we're gonna lose another 4. Wow. I'm shooting more of their planes down than they're shooting mine, but it doesn't really matter if you look at just how many planes they have. That's quite the bummer. I thought that was like good naval landing, create a staging area, go to town on them? Oh, apparently not. Okay. Putting up more fighters. That's thousands and thousands of fighters. I can't beat that. Alright, I've stabilized things here in a very precarious circle around Leeds. So the line between Hull and Liverpool is where I live or die. Mechanized hold the south. Infantry that I've brought in from the US, good old Mark Clark, is holding the north. I'm gonna try something funky here. I'm going to hit the northern ports with my Marines. I have my entire navy out here convoy raiding the hell out of this place. I'm going to retask my air force in the region over Scotland, and I will attempt to bomb the hell out of whatever I can, because the air war here is not winnable. Then when the naval invasions hit, I'm going to launch an assault towards the north, but it's bare bones infantry attacking under red air, which is very unlikely to work, but maybe they'll run out of supply. You know, it's dumb enough that it might just work. Okay, we can work with this. These guys keep attacking towards the north to cause havoc, and Mark Clark attack as well. They still have the port of Newcastle for now, but if I can get it from behind, they will be forced to move because all of these guys will be stuck without supply. Then I can actually kill them, air or no air. They will die because they will be horribly trapped. Up north here, we're also going to get them stuck. We'll head to the Scottish Highlands with these divisions, head to Scapa Flow. Despite our complete lack of air power, we might actually do it. Holy shit. It is actually looking like it's going to work out. Right, all these guys are trapped. They're all stuck. Encircle and destroy, gentlemen. Encircle and destroy. Look at the numbers. That is dozens of divisions. And most of these are tanks. No matter what level of industry these guys are pumping out, this is going to hurt them. Oh, look at it. I want to see what that pocket does for us. That was 280,000 manpower, just gone, just like that. We have more or less secured the north, and with that, we'll use the Marines for more shenanigans. Use the mech to sit on the line. Need to make sure that we don't get surprises anymore, because I was not ready for that air war. Alright, so it is almost 800,000 casualties. We've taken 668,000 casualties in about 4.5 years of war. We've killed 11 million, almost 12. We've done very well for ourselves, but we are nowhere near victory. Now that I'm able to bring numbers to bear, at least the air war is significantly more favorable to us as well. And now we dismantle them push by push, one division at a time, create encirclements, make sure they don't have divisions to hold the line. So the mechanized is capable of punching through wherever it wants to, and we finish the job. Let's get an encirclement around Birmingham. They've got a lot of forces, but we might be able to pocket them, and that would stop them being such a headache. Come on, come on. Take the tile. Okay, good. All right, finish that, finish that, finish that. We're driving the remaining German divisions into their back line. There goes Britain. All right, we've taken out Britain. That is one enemy dealt with. We've got the UK back. I wish I could put like a friendly government back. Yeah, that would be a mechanic that would make this a whole lot more enjoyable. And I am going to build nuclear reactors. Why? Because I can. Unfortunately, Ireland's a lot easier to crack, so that gives me full control of the Isles. Nice, nice, nice. So it's a pretty big staging ground. Now it's just going to be a question, where do I attack? Like, I could land in Spain and use that to push up all the way, or I could land here in northern Europe and try to go immediately just for the capitulation of Germany. It's not going to be easy, no matter what I try, though. I just need to make sure that I land with such overwhelming force, potentially MacArthur, with a full, and I do mean a full complement of mechanized forces, an ironclad fist to punch a hole clean through. All right, let's see if we can hit the Spanish, take them out. Follow the initial marine landings up with a massive mechanized push. Bada bing, bada boom, we are in. Now the Germans are going to arrive in force. I'm going to follow up with these boys. 2 armies of mechanized moving in. They should allow us to push hard and fast. And I'll keep Mark Clark's army in reserve. Also, air war is now going to shift over here. Best we get some fighters up. And best we bring some casts in as well. There is numbers showing up. Let's see if the mechanized can actually push. Oh yeah, mechanized is doing well. They do the Lord's work. It's my work. I'm the Lord. And there go the Spanish. Okay, that's good. That's going to allow us to do massive damage in this area. We've also control of Gibraltar now. Just keep pushing. Just keep pushing for the time being. Oh, look at how many of them are stuck here. All right, let's keep driving up towards France. Oh, the casualties have to be mounting. 15 million for the Axis already. There's dozens of divisions being eliminated at the same time. So the Germans have 500 left. The Italians have 200 and something left. So they're taking pretty huge hits. Just gonna make sure that all the interior ports are guarded because I'm not able to secure the Western Med. Just division after division is being eliminated. Look at it. It's magnificent. We're up to 1 million casualties, so that's not great, but we have certainly hurt the Germans. And there goes Vichy France. Out and down. Oh, there's so many German divisions here. Oh, they're being eliminated. All of them. And it's gone. It's all gone. All right, Italy's wide open. I do mean wide open. See if we can force their surrender. Should be relatively easy. Oh, Argentina wants to join the Allies. Welcome aboard, sir. Just don't get yeah, you might have some issues. Yeah, part of me still can't believe we're pulling this off. Yeah, there goes Mussolini, and we're gonna have the Italian puppet. There we go, the fall of Rome. We have ourselves a magnificent puppet who can have this new territory. We have another friend in Europe. We grow ever stronger. I just need a couple of good encirclements, a couple of holes through the line. And I can punch my motorized, mechanized, whateverized through. Pocket after pocket. Oh, so many divisions. It's frankly disgusting, the amount of units these guys have. Just to throw around. Alright, another pocket here. I want to see what the casualties are, because this is bloody fighting. 1.7 million on our side. Almost 30 million casualties inflicted on the enemy. Oh. Yeah, right. I stopped looking at the Germans for a little bit, and this is my reward. If we can get the Germans out of the picture, it doesn't matter. Oh, the sheer amount of divisions here it's absurd. Not to mention the air power, which I cannot touch. There's nothing I can do about the air power. I'm thousands, literally thousands of fighters short. But on the bright side, I am thundering across the Rhine into Germany proper. I've been trying to cut off sections of their army one at a time so we can create glorious encirclements like this. Dozens and dozens of divisions at a time. It's difficult because there are so many divisions here. There's just so many enemy divisions here. It's a little absurd at times. So we are closing in on Berlin. I don't know how much of Germany I actually have to cap because I believe, yeah, stuff like Sweden is a core state. So yeah, realistically, we're not going to be able to cap Germany quickly. Once we achieve breakthrough, apparently they don't have anything behind their line here, which I don't know, man. That sounds like a dumb idea. Still, it's gonna be funny as hell when we finally cap the Germans. Once I get into the Balkans, we'll get the Italians as well, and then I can stop playing. That's what I'm really looking forward to, when I can stop playing. Oh, so many casualties. 23 million for the Germans. Can we do this? We're up into Sweden. The Germans are down to 92% towards capitulation. Oh, just a little bit. I'm probably gonna need to put like a ton of pressure on Vienna. Take that. All right, with Vienna, that is Germany capped. Behold, a victory of sorts. Now it's just a matter of dealing with Italy, I guess. Oh no, there's Finland, Greater Hungary, and Italy. Fine. You know what? Be that way. No matter what, though, the enemy no longer enjoys numerical superiority. This is just token units, and my mech are gonna chew right through them. I think the air war will also be much more favorable to me. I can deal with Finland. Just need to walk all the way over there, but we'll get them. Look at it. The end. The end. Oh, the French have scuttled their fleet. A little late now. Oh, freedom. Peace at last. We will create a beautiful peace deal, and then we can call this a day. And with this enormous peace deal, peace has been restored. Well, mostly. Peace in Europe has been restored. The Americans have done what the Americans do. I'm not taking out the Japanese. That's it. At least I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, leave a like. Anyway, I'm very happy that I get stopped playing. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and I hope you guys will enjoy this next video as well. See ya.